Baby girl made it back from her first big event. Sliding her up in the shop here, keep her out of the weather. No need for all that. Dirtying up the shop and whatnot. No need for dirtying up my shop like that.
Well, you know, it was a long drive in this thing back from Kentucky. So,
No, you just got back. I beat you by a long shot.
See, you know, it's fast, but those long trips really get you.
Well, you got to stop a lot and get fuel with that 10-gallon tank.
10-gallon fuel cell didn't help any. It's our drag and drive truck, you know?
Yeah.
Gotta drag it and drive it. So, hope you guys have been enjoying the drag truck content. This thing went leaps and bounds this weekend. Big thanks to Mark and Kyler helping us out with the truck all weekend. It was awesome. Leaps and bounds, guys. This is just the beginning of this. It's gonna be a really fun project we're gonna have on the channel. And hopefully this thing does us well and we don't have too many issues with it. But so far, 6.9 second quarter, 8th mile at 102 miles an hour, 101.5 mile an hour. Really good. That's, you know, for a 5,500 pound truck, that's doing really good with everything as far down as we have it turned down. We have it turned way down. So now that we have that taken care of, it is running. We got a lot of work to do on it. We got a lot more work to do on it. We're gonna be doing, obviously, suspension setup, tuning. You guys have all seen the back of this thing. It's looking really good. Have to get some crate case vents and some other stuff and really just touch everything up. But all in all, guys, glad you're along for this project. It's been a great one, and it's gonna be a good one. Over time, I think this thing's gonna become really fast, really fun. 590 is gonna be our next step on this thing. We're gonna try to run a 590 in it, so we have a whole second to shave off, but we're gonna shave a lot of weight, and we are gonna add some more power, some more nitrous, make this thing really come to life. So we're waiting on some suspension stuff right now. We're not gonna have anything for a little bit. Just like everything we do, it takes time. I can't just, you know, make stuff happen overnight. So we are gonna get back onto the mud truck because a few parts showed up for that, which we are super excited about. First of all, the last time we worked on this truck, if you guys remember, we had to go put the transfer case in it. We upgraded to a billet transfer case. Could not get the transfer case to fit. Nothing we could do. It does not fit in there. It's not gonna happen. So, talked to my buddy Brian over at R&D Concepts, hooked this up with this piece of billet, dude. This thing is solid. So we have a billet spacer now that's gonna mount on the front of the transfer case, and that's gonna mount right up to where the original one mounted. Basically the difference is the bottom portion from this bolt down is the exact same as my old transfer case. But from here up on the new case, it changed. This billet case has a lot taller piece up here, and the way that case is built, it doesn't fit in our old cradle. So what this did was, he duplicated the spacer, he duplicated the top half of my old case and the bottom half of the new case. So now this thing should fit right in. It's got about a little over an inch space on it. Shouldn't affect anything at all, no different than a motor plate or anything like that. It's gonna be bolted right through the frame. So we shouldn't have any kind of issues there. Now, our boys over at BD Diesel reached out and they got some goodies they sent us that's gonna go really good on this thing. First of all, they make a lot of cool products for all different year makes and models on the diesels. They do some transmission stuff. They got exhaust stuff as far as exhaust manifolds, up pipes, turbos. They do all that stuff. BD Diesel, check them out. All of our trucks run the tap shifter and stuff. I got that in the burnout truck. We had that in the 6.0. So let's open these boxes and see what we got here. Our first one, I think this is the big dog transpooler right here. Oh, come on now. Oh yeah. This is the big dog double stack transmission cooler. We should have mounted this right in the bed. This transmission should never get hot running this thing. This thing is a monster. I put this on some high horsepower trucks. We've yet to have any kind of issue with it. Now this box, ooh, my box falling apart. Now this box, a little heavier, got a little bit more in it. What do we got here? First things first, what is this here? This is our tap shifter setup that's gonna go in this truck. Like I said, we run that in all of our 6.0s. I like to be able to try to control my shifts if possible. Hey, thanks, sir.
Yep, no problem.
I like to be able to control my shifts if possible, because when you're in the mud, you put this thing in drive and something happens, it just bogs down, it won't shift right. You end up really hurting the transmission. So if you can control your shifts, the transmission life should be extended, and hopefully it gets you out of some sticky situations you don't want to be in. So tap shifter setup, pretty cool. It's got its own little module computer. Comes with a whole shifter assembly and everything for it. All that stuff goes in there, wire it all in. Pretty easy setup, not too hard. And you can do a lot of different adjustments on the shifter. So what this does is it takes a 6.0 and basically makes it like the later model Fords where they have your selectable shift levels as far as what gear you want to be in and all that stuff. Tow haul, exhaust brake, you can do all that stuff with this. Works really freaking good. I figured, since we wanted to, this 6.0 is going to be turned up pretty good for the mud. We wanted to make sure that we got the right airflow going to it on the exhaust side. Hopefully be able to keep our EGTs down and everything else. So they sent us that. Sent a set of BD exhaust manifolds. Look at these things, dude. They're sick. Those are going to do the trick for sure. I don't think we're going to have any issues with flowing out of these rigs right here. These things are super nice. They're cast. Pretty awesome. Coated. Love it. Comes with all the gaskets you need. Hardware. Everything is in there. Super nice setup. Go around the side of this engine. BD diesel. Thank you guys so much. Freaking awesome. So, it's pretty much what we got right now we're going to be doing on this thing. These are going to be going on the engine. The transfer case can go in it. We can finally get our drive shafts in it. We got the drive shafts right here. We had painted up and everything. Very close to matching the, if not identical to the axles. We decided to paint the drive shafts, to powder coat those. There was a ton of work pulling all the slip joints out and everything apart. And we figured the drive shafts are going to get the most abuse. They're going to be in the mud spinning, getting torn up. So to re-powder coat those every time would be a real pain. But if we can scuff them, paint them up and do a simple job with them, yank them out, scuff them, paint them up, keep those things looking fresh, we figured the paint would be the best thing to do on the drive shafts. So we got the drive shafts in it, transfer case in it, our manifolds in it, and that should be pretty much it for right now. And then at that point we can reassess what we got and see how far we can go with it, because I got a lot of parts sitting here for it, and I just want to make sure. This is kind of like, this is why we keep getting off of it. I would love to stay on this truck 100% and just get it done. We're catching enough slack for it as it is that it's not done already, but the process we have to go through on this thing, I mean, we've got to be on point every step of the way. Parts need to be custom made for it. Like this did not fit, had to get that custom made. Waiting on a few parts right now. I'm always waiting on something, it seems like, but it's all part of it. It is what it is. Don't forget, guys, we already got the engine in this thing. Our Kill Devil diesel, 6-liter engine, Warren diesel injectors already installed in it. So now that we've got the manifolds to go on it, we've got the transfer case to go in it, we got everything as far as that goes. We got our valve covers bolted on, our glow plugs in it. Really start getting this project taken off pretty good. Should be pretty good. So as soon as we get this installed, on to the next one, which I don't know what that is yet. We'll see. Let's get this stuff put on and we can go from there.
Don't you just like, it's done?
That's TV land, buddy. This isn't TV land.
It's not working.
This ain't TV land. This is real life. This
Well,
is gonna take some time.
I guess I'll get the toolbox out and start bolting stuff
slide
up.
the toolbox over here. We'll start
Yeah.
getting stuff done. Alrighty. Justin's getting her lined up there. About to drop the transfer case on him and the spacer plate. Hopefully get this thing installed for the last, final time, so we ain't gonna mess with it more.
You may be asking why I tighten these up with a wrench rather than just putting a socket on it. If I put a socket on it, it's going to tear up the paint on these yokes. That's why I'm doing it by hand. I could put a socket on the back because this isn't a painted surface back here. This is just a black anodized or machined surface, but I can't obviously get a socket in here. So that's why I did not put a socket and a ratchet on it, because I don't want to tear up the paint. Quite a precarious situation here.
Well, looky here, one more step. Drive shafts are in and they fit. The rear is super compressed right now because we obviously have a spacer on the transfer case and the axles are way up. The front, we may have to lengthen the front. There's a good chance we're gonna have to lengthen the front drive shaft, which sucks because we painted it, but it is what it is, because it's pulled out pretty good already.
Yeah.
And we haven't put any kind of articulation in it.
Yeah, the good thing with the back is no matter how far it compresses, it will not bottom out. It will not bottom the drive shaft out.
The back should be fine.
So the back is fine.
The back should be good, yeah. So, but that was my thing. We moved the plate back, but then remember, guys, we're raising this truck 6 inches. So because of that 6-inch raise, that's going to pull your drive shafts out a little bit. I was already worried about the drive shafts being too far out. Well, now that the rear, we put that spacer plate, that's good. The front, though, is probably going to have to be lengthened a couple inches.
What about just having Brian make 2 half-inch spacers to make up for that 1 inch?
I bet you're going to go more than 1 inch. I bet we're going to have to go 2 or 3 inches.
So a 1 inch on both ends.
Could, but
1 inch billet spacer.
It's easy enough just to do the drive shaft. I think it's easy enough just to do the drive shaft that we don't have spacers in the drive shaft. Now we have to worry about another thing with a longer bolt and everything. I think it'd just be easier just to cut that, lengthen that, and then we'll have to do that. But I can look at it now and pretty much tell you we're probably going to have to do that. We're going to have a front drive shaft problem. I do have a spare 5-ton drive shaft, which actually we could just do it to that one, and then we could keep this one, because this one will theoretically work, I think. Front, yeah, it'll work for the rear. Actually, was the rear shorter? The rear might have already.
Shorter than the front.
The rear is shorter.
But it would work for a spare in an emergency for sure.
Yeah. So we might do that. We may just use the one that I have a full drive shaft out there, and we might just cut that one and use that. But man, so far so good. Upper drive shaft, jack shaft is in. Fresh U-joint caps on that rig. Obviously, we got new flanges for the case and everything. Everything is dry of fluid right now. Eventually, we're going to fill fluid everything up when we're all done. It'll basically be buy a couple drums of gear oil and whatever
else. About 100 gallons of gear oil.
Everything gets gear oil and motor oil, obviously. So, anyways, it's on the way, guys. Look at that, dude. Thanks, Brian, so much. Look at that. That's sick. Put my logo in the front. So, we're going to get Brian to build some more billet parts for this thing. He just doesn't know it yet, but we need some more billet on this rig.
Yeah, all billet link bars.
I think a little more billet. Full sponsorship?
Full sponsorship. Billet link bars, billet.
Full sponsorship.
All steering arms, yeah, everything. All billet.
Thanks, Brian. Appreciate it, buddy. Well, now we're getting ready to put on our BD diesel manifolds. Look at these rigs, dude. There's some units. Definitely a lot more flow, a lot bigger than the factory ones. We'll get those things bolted on the side of the engine here and have those ready to go. And then after the manifolds are installed, we're kind of at a stopping point. I think we're, again, waiting on some stuff. But I'm going to try to make a huge list, get everything that we need for the engine, And once we have that, we can basically get the cab ready to go. Actually, we should go drag the cab out of the woods, huh?
Good.
Yeah, we go grab the cab out, and that way we can kind of assess that thing and go from there.
Are we gonna take it off? You know, like I've seen people do in the past, where you just hook a strap to it and rip it off the frame. Should we do that? No?
Not to that one. We did that to the old one. We actually dropped the old one. There was a little malfunction with the telehandler operator, and it kind of fell off. So let's hope we don't do that again. That's what I'm talking about, boy. Whew, looking good, dude. It's coming together. Looking good. Well, unfortunately for right now, that's about all we got. So, let's return to this.
That's all, folks.
That's it right now. So, we're working on getting some more stuff for the mud truck, and once we get it, we'll get her thrown on there and installed. But for now, I've had this pesky tree that we almost back into for some weird reason every time we pull out of the shop. I don't know why. And so I think it's time to knock that thing down. And, you know, we don't have much equipment for tree cutting, so I think it's just time to drive over it.
Yeah, I mean, since we don't have a tractor to use.
Yeah, no. I don't want to hurt the tractor, though.
Oh, yeah.
I got an idea, though. So this tree is rotted out, and honestly, we're worried that thing's gonna like fall on a truck one day when we have it parked back here open. And this tree's good, that tree's good, but this one, she's dead, and we're really worried that this thing is gonna fall and either hurt somebody or hurt something. So I think we need to pull it down.
You're done.
She's done. JH tree trimming. Here we go. So speaking of the old mud truck, real quick, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that cab. I think I need to place it somewhere. But here is our new cab and front clip that's going on it, which obviously will be getting a wrap and stuff. You guys have seen it before. Ooh, there's a freaking frog in there or something. Ew. But yeah, fresh cab here. She's solid inside. Nothing's leaking in from what I understand, from what it looks like. It looks like it's all sealed up. And pretty decent little cab. Going from a work truck to a Lariat. Everything I think is in there. Seats are a little tore up, but we may put some performance seats in this thing again. I really like those seats we had in it. Here's our donor right there, boys. Let's freaking go. Now, let's get our tree trimmer started up, because what better job for this thing? Still all muddy.
Old yellow just pops off real nice and easy. Oh, dude, that thing's got it. She'll fire. Come on, old gal. Do about 8 cold start cycles on it. Oh, she's starting to make some smoke. Come on, old girl. Up. It's a 112-degree cold start. Come on, girl. Woo! The batteries in that thing, though. What do you know about it? She's up and moving now. Like old tired dog. Takes her a minute to get moving. I seen you got the AC on. Yes, sir. That's good. Oh, go ahead and hook this old dog up. Here you go, old girl. I hope that thing's got enough power.
Huh?
I hope this thing's got enough power.
Buddy, it's a 7.3. I think it's got it. What we'll do is we'll pull the top half off. I think it's just gonna rip the whole tree out of the ground at first, and then if it doesn't, then we'll just hook to the bottom half and really get the roots out.
Yeah. Yeah, really just rip all the roots right out of the ground, huh?
We'll just pull it out, I think.
For sure,
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, J&J's tree removal. Give her a go. Hope nobody needed that Dodge bed.
Fell right on the Dodge bed, didn't it?
Yeah, luckily it's junk.
It wasn't junk.
That thing was garbage.
Did it fall right on the bed?
Right on the bed. It's done. What'd you think was gonna happen?
I thought it was gonna fall this way.
Yeah, your mind.
I rushed the bed.
Of course it did.
That was actually a really nice second gen bed.
That was not a nice bed. That thing was garbage, dude. Don't be lying to people.
Unbelievable. Well, now you gotta pull the lower half out.
Yeah.
Round two.
That thing's no shot. No shot. Now! Now, go harder. Oh yeah, she's really starting to wiggle now. She's really starting to wiggle now. Oh yeah, you almost got it. Oh yeah, she's getting ready to come. She's getting ready to pop right out. No, it's an oak tree stump that's 30 inches wide.
It didn't move it at all, huh?
No.
I thought it was pretty dead. Might lose.
The top was dead. Plus, you need to get some leverage. You need to move that strap all the way to the top like I have. Oh, yeah. Now you're getting some movement. Oh, she's gonna go soon. Yeah, it's close.
Is it moving?
Oh yeah, it's leaning over already. It's not really. One more like that, I think you got it.
Are you being for real?
No. You gotta try harder. You gotta try harder, bud.
I can try harder. I don't know if the truck can take it.
Well, it's okay. It's a machine. The thing's a machine, man. That'll take it no problem. You gotta
Crack some of the bark here.
It's getting ready to snap right off right there. It's getting ready to rip right out of the ground. That last time you pulled on it was so close and you let off. I was like, he had it.
We decided to give the 7.3 some assistance. Well, we cut a little bit into her. Maybe this will work. What do you think? Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, yeah. That's what we were looking for. Yes, sir. Oh, easy there, cowboy. Easy there, cow folk.
Yeah. And you said it wouldn't do it.
It wouldn't have
You
done
said it wouldn't do it.
Look at that big old daddy we cut off there.
That's
The other one, it ripped it right out.
That's literally the only thing that was holding
Yep.
this tree in was this one root right here.
Yep.
Can't believe you denied the 7.3. I think if I would have snatched on another 30 or 40 times, I could have eventually ripped that out.
Told you could, but you didn't believe me.
You were being pretty negative on it.
Get this thing over to the burn pile.
Get her out of here, bud.
Got no time for that. This strap came off.
I thought that thing was pretty light, huh?
Yeah. All right, get that thing over to the burn pile. No respect for my grass, I can tell you that. It's my shop, bud. Just tear up. Look at the destruction he left in front of my shop. Goodness.
Looking a whole lot better. We're gonna have to get something else to get that stump out, huh?
Yeah, well, you either have to dig it with a shovel or you can cut it or get a machine and dig it
I
out.
tried digging out with the tractor. She was pretty
You
stout.
see, I kind of nicked it right there, but it's solid.
Yeah, well, we'll get that stuff out. No big deal. That's not rotted. But already way bigger improvement. Now you can get stuff in and out without having to worry about running into a tree. But we will get the stump moved, and then all in all, you know, one piece at a time, get this place cleaned up. And honestly, get ready for our addition coming up, because we got some stuff going on that's going to be really cool. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching the Jay's channel. We will see you next time.